What's up, guys? We're going to continue here in Chapter 5. Section 3 I'm going to split up into two parts because it's a big one and it's really important. So I want to make sure that we own this. So make sure you pause and copy this down. A linear equation is an equation that models a linear function. All right, key word here is going to be line. Linear. It makes a straight line. In a linear equation, the variables cannot be raised to a power other than 1. There is no exponent. So a couple examples: y equals 2x, linear. 3x plus 7y, linear, equals 9. Non-examples: y equals x squared. That squared makes it not linear. Or y equals 2 to the x. That variable being in an exponent makes it not linear. All right, so those are very important things that you need to take into consideration. A y-intercept of a graph is the y-coordinate of a point where the graph crosses the y-axis. Okay, so remember xy, it's where it crosses this one right here. This is your y-axis. All right, so here's an important moment in history, a picture with President Lincoln took with his iPhone. Please don't say this picture was photoshopped. There was no Photoshop back then, people. Come on, get your facts straight. All right, slope-intercept form. Make sure you pause and copy this down. The slope is the m and the y-intercept is the b. This is called a parent equation, and it is the basis for all slope-intercept form equations. So this is kind of the granddaddy of all of them. This is what we want them to look like. The y and the x are always there. The m and the b are generally numbers that we're putting into those different things, and they tell us certain things, and we'll talk more about that here in a moment. All right, so identifying the slope and the y-intercept, this is super simple. In fact, all of today's lesson is really simple. It should be pretty quick. What are the slope and y-intercept of the graph of y equals 5x minus 2? Well, the slope is that m value. So I would say m is equal to 5. It's whatever's paired with the variable. And then the slope is b, and that's whatever this constant is. Now be careful, this is minus 2, and that minus goes with the 2, so that the y-intercept is negative 2. All right, that is the slope of that. Pretty simple. You're literally just identifying it out of y equals mx plus b. Here's one for you to try. Go ahead and pause. The answer will be up in 3, 2, 1. And there it is. That shouldn't have been difficult at all. Just because they're fractions doesn't mean it's difficult. You're literally just identifying which one's the m and which one's the b. All right, writing an equation in slope-intercept form. It says, what is an equation of a line with a slope negative 4/5 and a y-intercept 7? All right, so I'm going to just literally insert these into this. So I'm going to rewrite this whole thing, but instead of writing m, I'll write the slope. So I have y equals negative 4/5. Keep the x. That x always goes with that slope. And then my y-intercept plus b. The b is 7. So I just write it out. And that is all you're doing on this. So simple. Super simple today. So here's one for you to try. Go ahead and pause and give that a go. Answer's up in 3, 2, 1. And there you have it. That's it right there. So hopefully you got the same thing. Got one more example for you to look at. It says, write an equation for the line shown. So in order to do this, we have to determine what is the slope and then what is the y-intercept. Well, the slope, if you recall, is going to be from that slope triangle. So I'll find a couple points where it goes through. And I'll say, all right, so my rise over run, how does this go from here to here? Well, it increases by 2, and then it goes left to right by 1. So the slope is 2 over 1, or you could just say it's 2. The y-intercept is where does it cross here? Well, it crosses at negative 2. So this is doing what we were just doing on that other slide. We're just going to fill these values in. Y equals 2x minus 2, and that is an equation of that line. Very straightforward, very simple. Here's one for you to try. Go ahead and pause. The answer will be up in 3, 2, 1. And there you go. Y equals negative x plus 2. Notice that I dropped the negative 1 because negative 1x is the same thing as negative x. If you left it as negative 1x, I would not count that wrong. But hopefully you got that. That's it for today. We'll get into the other part of section 3 later. Have a good one.